Julius
When I
Malema
said to Zuma,
famous
why do you
speech.
keep on appointing the minorities into the economic cluster to the exclusion of black Africans? That day, I was declared an enemy. And stupid enough, I had my own problems of SARS. That's where they got me. Because they called me to a meeting. They called me to a meeting after I said that and exposing the rogue unit. They said, no, let's come, let's discuss this rogue unit and the concerns you have on SARS. Called me to a meeting. When I arrived there, Pillay was sitting there, Makashule was sitting there, Van Lochenberg was there. We spoke those politics. When they finished, they called me aside and said, we hear you. Here is the bill, Baba. I was never given that bill before I challenged Pravin. The reason I'm telling you this is because I want to tell you what those people do. Pravin and his group. So everybody who challenges them, they go with your scandal to you and say, here is your story. And then after they tell you your story, they don't report it anywhere. It's your secret between them and you. Because in that meeting they say to me, no, we can solve this tax issue. They're not telling me, don't stop saying what you are saying, we can solve it. They say, no, don't worry, we can solve it. There's no problem. That's why these commissions of inquiry, we must be called, some of us there, to go and give evidence there. That SARS is used as a political weapon. We can solve it. But because some of us are requiring, I didn't stop talking, but you see, that's how my taxes ended in your decks. They wanted to sequestrate me. But no one asked the question, how many people owe SARS? And for how long have they been owing SARS? To get Malema singled out and quickly dealt with like this. At the time when they wanted to sequestrate me, there were almost 3 million people owing SARS, who have been owing it for the longest time. There was never an attempt on them to be sequestrated. Never. They can't do anything to me. And if they want me, they must come directly. I've defeated them before, I'll defeat them again. I don't want anything from them. I'm not speaking because I'm not attacking SARS or finance because I've got anything against me personally. The only thing I know which is going to be dealt with against me is AfriForum's case, which they said they will prosecute me privately and all. I'm prepared for that. It's a case which is known. I can think. I don't think only when I'm in trouble. Because it's racist to think that the EFF people can only think when they are accused of corruption or when they are bribed. No. We have nothing to hide. These leaders have nothing to hide. Well, we defended Pravin when Zuma ill-treated Pravin. I spoke against that. My immediate friends and people who were victims of Pravin in Limpopo asked me, why would you defend Pravin? My houses were taken by Pravin. I was humiliated by Pravin. But I was not going to sit back and allow an injustice against Pravin because he did the same to me. I supported him to teach him on how to treat people. I supported Pravin despite the wrong things he did to me in collaboration with Zuma. Pravin wanted to destroy me. Even when he did that, I still had the courage to defend him. Why? I'm inspired by justice. I will never allow injustice to happen, not even to my enemies. But even if you go into your archives, I said at that time, we support Pravin not because he's our friend, but because there is an injustice against him. There is no inconsistent about that. Please. We're not going to be subjected here by gangsterism of Pravin Gordhan. This is Pravin's style. He has done it to me. I'm not scared of Pravin. I'm not scared of the cabal. I'm not scared of the Indian cabal. This is how they did it in the UDF. The cabal destroyed the people who were not agreeing with the cabal during those times. And this Enoch Godongwan, who's overrated as a thinker, a lazy thinker like Enoch Godongwan, says, I don't understand why these EFF people are talking about the cabal. They were not even there. But why are we allowed to talk about OR Tambo even when we're not there? And that person is called a thinker of the ANC, such a lazy person. Who can have that? We are going to talk about the cabal because the cabal derailed the revolution. Pravin and them did this. When Pravin could not find an expression in the ANC to lead the negotiations, he left that ANC process, came through an Indian Congress. Natal Indian Congress, he came through the Indian Congress to sit in the high echelons of the negotiations. And you call Pravin progressive when he's prepared to degenerate and uses a racist platform to find access. We have nothing against Indians. Nothing at all. Nothing. But when Indian racism shows its ugly head, we'll point at it. In the same way we'll do with white people. Sitting in front here are 2 Indians and 1 colored, by the way. Here in front, some of you might not be aware. So we have no problem with Indian people at all. But racism will never be tolerated, especially when it comes from those who should ordinarily be on our side. It's wrong. So that's our relationship with regard to Mazoti and the whole SARS matter and all that. We have nothing to hide. We walk naked.